And he is not alone today. Pat Narduzzi on a radio show, Pat Narduzzi, by the way, a $40 million contract in his possession, called it a sad, sad deal that two programs that he refused to name offered North Carolina's quarterback $5 million to join their team for his next season. But Jeff Traylor took it a little further. He is the UTSA head coach, the very successful.
Wait, say that last thing again.
Pat Narduzzi called it a sad, sad deal that North Carolina's quarterback, the one that just recommitted, Drake May, that just reaffirmed he's staying at North Carolina, was offered more than $5 million by two schools that he refused to name to transfer. He said that on a local radio show there in Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, we can't feel good about a kid that has the opportunity to go pick up $5 million when he's 19.
Calling that sad is just so remarkably tone-deaf, considering that there are actual sad things that happen every day in your backyard when you have a $40 million contract. But either way, so he refused to name these schools. Jeff Traylor did the same thing. Wildly successful head coach at UTSA, has kind of taken over that program and built it from the ground up. It's a very new FBS program, and he is a very successful coach. Here's what he put on Twitter. Dear at NCAA, how does UTSA football report Power 5 schools who are trying to poach our young talent? How much evidence do we really need to make this not be a part of our game?
I understand the frustration. And look, I think we can even agree that it's wrong, right? I mean, if a kid wants to transfer and puts his name in the transfer portal, it's all well and good and fair game. But it does feel kind of icky to reach out to a kid who is happy where he is and go, yeah, I know you're happy, but. But does it feel icky because it's actually icky, or does it feel icky because there's like some unwritten rule that we haven't ever been okay with that happening? Because you could be happy in your current job and somebody could recognize that you are good at that and reach out to you directly or through an intermediary and say, hey, you're interested in talking about something else? I think I got something worth talking about.
Yeah, it does feel hypocritical to start, I think, because unless he is an outlier, unless he's a unicorn, Jeff Traylor's agent has reached out to other bigger jobs about possibly filling them. Was that something that we need to get out of the game? Coaches leaving before their season's over, before bowl games? I mean, so why is it wrong if your players are doing the same? But more importantly to me, when you've got these coaches, and he's not the only one, Mac Brown at North Carolina did it, Pat Narduzzi's doing it, you've got people in the media that do it. If you want to say things like this, I've got proof that schools that I refuse to name are tampering with players, either display your proof or shut up. Because this is attention-seeking. What Pat Narduzzi said is attention-seeking. What some in the media do is attention-seeking. Until you are willing to expose the schools doing it and bring your receipts with you, you're just seeking attention. That's it. So until you start calling some of these schools out, guess what they're not going to stop doing? You have to make examples of people if you want them to stop doing things to you.
I mean, what coaches do we have that have been actually willing to name names?
I don't know of one. Maybe
None
there is one.
I don't know of one. In the transfer portal, but in the NIL, I can only think of two. I think Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin about Jimbo.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
At least to get specific, yeah. But I'm kind of tired of this stuff. There's an easy way to stop this.
Put them on Front Street, right?
Expose them. Or they're not going to stop. Or if you expose them, that means you can't do it yourself. Unless Pat Narduzzi's staff is not through back channels, because that's how it works, talking to other kids at other schools. Because if you're not doing that, then you sure have a gigantic leg to stand on, and you should stand on it. If UTSA is not back channeling a single player that is committed to another, or that is currently playing for another school, then buddy, expose it, and you will be my new favorite college football coach. Because that one, it shines a light on your principles,
mm-hmm.
and that would make you an outlier. Because this tampering stuff shouldn't happen. It has happened to Ole Miss players. It has happened to Mississippi State players, and also players at Ole Miss and Mississippi State want to play for their school. It shouldn't happen, though. A college football player during a season should not have, through back channels, people talking to him, hey, if you transfer, you'll get more money if you go here, while he's got a final exam on Wednesday, or a test on Wednesday, and a game to play on Saturday. Shouldn't happen. It doesn't happen in the NFL. It's banned. You get fined. You lose draft picks if you tamper. Ask the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
So it should get out. But until these coaches man up and start actually exposing these people, then nothing's going to happen, and you just sound like a whiner. Do something about it. People would support you if you did something about it.